What's going on, everybody? Zach and Pamela from performanceplusprogramming.com, and today we're talking about our 4 favorite kettlebell exercises to work on your shoulder health. So the first exercise we're going to work on is going to be a half kneeling, bottoms up kettlebell press. So Pamela's going to drop down into the bottom of a lunge, and we're going to keep the bottom of that kettlebell up, and then she's going to simply do an overhead press. And what you'll notice with that is the instability that's created when the bell is upside down makes that press significantly harder. You've got to really grip the horn really hard with your hands. That's going to create some irradiation where all the muscles in your arm fire a little bit more, but you're going to start to shake around a little bit. It is a great exercise for building shoulder stability, which is something we don't talk about enough when it comes to shoulder rehab, is actually training the shoulder muscles, the rotator cuff, to do its actual job, which is to stabilize the joint. I like bottoms up kettlebell press for that. The second exercise that we really like for shoulder stability and strength is the kettlebell armbar. So Pamela's got her left hand up in the air. She's gonna keep that hand driven towards the ceiling the entire time. And you'll notice she did a glute bridge on her left leg to roll her body over. So she ends up in this position here where her hip is over the other hip. This hand is over her shoulder, which is over the opposite shoulder, and then she'll bring that leg over. And so in this position here, you'll notice that her arm's moving around a little bit. She's having to dynamically react to that weight and stabilize with the joint. I typically prescribe this for like 30-second holds, and we want to find a weight that's heavy enough that you're having to shake and work hard to stabilize that. From there, the next exercise I really like using kettlebells for shoulder health is going to be an upright row. So much of our shoulder work, we focus on pressing overhead. We don't think a whole lot of pulling vertically with the arm. So I like using kettlebells and doing a kettlebell upright row. What I want you to really notice as Pamela does this is the angle of her pull. She's not thinking of pulling that weight up to her shoulder. Instead, she's thinking of pulling her elbow high and wide. And when you do that, you'll feel the deltoids work a lot more. When you focus on pulling straight up, you'll feel the bicep work a lot more. So focus on that elbow going laterally. Then exercise number 4, we're gonna really work on the posterior shoulder musculature by doing an elbowing row. So typically when we think of doing a row, we're thinking of pulling our arm back towards our side. With the elbowing row, we're gonna instead focus on pulling at a 90-degree angle. So I want her elbow to be coming out towards my hand here, getting really high up into what we call shoulder abduction. And that is gonna really crush the posterior shoulder, the rear delts, the posterior rotator cuff. It is a great overall strengthener of those muscles that are so important for shoulder stability.